Hi everyone, let's talk about Burgle Bros 2, the Casino Caper, which I just finished a two-player playthrough for. If you'd like to see the game in action, then it's linked in the description below. This is just about what I think, if you would like to know that. So yeah, I've got fond memories of Burgle Brothers 1, which has a lot of similarities. It had three floors, but discovering what the tiles are, whether you want to peek in them or just go straight in. There are walls separating the layouts. There were guards chasing you around with these cards. And I really liked the sneaking system of that, of trying to avoid these things, of trying to coordinate where we needed to be. I wouldn't set this up as a direct comparison because it's been quite a while since I played the original now. I've got a lot of games to do. But anyway, so Burgle Brothers 2, it adds obviously a much more lavish production. That Burgle Brothers 1 was beautiful in its paperback style long box. This comes in an enormous fold out box with legs. I'll try and put in a picture here, maybe, of one of the games that we'd played with it. But yeah, you can have it all set up as this two-tier casino thing. The box turns into a table. There are legs inside the box. The whole box is filled with game trays for all of the things. It is a very, very high quality production. You only have two floors now, but now you have the extra wrinkle of these chips where you don't quite know what they are, and it's got a kind of you can't just hedge your bets and peek at everything, because some of them activate when they are peeked at rather than just jumping into the room, some pulling you into the room itself. So it gives you even more kind of variety in what the rooms might hold. You can't just get used to the types that are out there, because it's going to be the exact same rooms every time, just in different layouts and potentially on different floors. There's always going to be certain things like a monorail and an escalator on each floor, owner's office on the ground, safe on the first floor. But other than that, it's completely up to the shuffle where all of these things end up. So their combination of the room itself and the chip that's on it is going to make things feel very different. And the layout does that just by itself as well. It can vary in terms of what you need to do and what you need to think about, but also in terms of the difficulty of the game as well. Like I won't spoil well, I'm hoping that you've seen the playthrough. I'll say that just you can see from this particular layout that's come out here, the places where you draw random events that are probably going to be bad for you can sometimes help you out unwittingly. But they make you draw these events. They could just happen to be in these places that are kind of cut off from everywhere and that you don't necessarily need to go. Same as the rooms that are bad when the bouncer keeps going into them. If they come out in the middle and the bouncer is likely to just keep running across them all the time, that could be really terrible for you. And so depending on how all of this has come out here, it can make for a big change in your strategy and stuff, but also in terms of the difficulty of the game that you're playing. And that's aside from, the suspicion level that you have on the campaign that you're playing if you want to play it like that, or you can just pick a suspicion level if you want to play afterwards with a random heist. It's got all of these 9 different endings that you can play through in a sequence that's completely changed the end game up. You can unlock things along the way. I won't spoil what. Yeah, even if it didn't have any of that, it's very variable with all of that stuff built in. It's still got the beautiful Ryan Goldsberry art, as at least many of Tim Fowler's games have, and I really think he's a fantastic artist. And yeah, it's a different feel to the original. I think that our experience with it so far, I have to say, has been, and the playthrough might not have shown this as much. Our kind of experience playing it ourselves offline has been kind of more of frustration than enjoyment. Unfortunately, I'm sad to say, because I've had very high hopes for some more Burgle Brothers. The things that I mentioned about the chips and stuff, that is great from a variability point, and thinking about it thematically, it's cool that you're going through the casino, you're bumping into all of these things. Thematically it all checks out, but I kind of preferred, and maybe I've just changed and it wasn't like this, but I remember feeling like we were planning and executing this more meticulous thing. There were always wrinkles that could throw curveballs in our way and force us to change our plans, but we were going through this heist, and I think that 2 has more of a feeling of you are hopelessly barreling about this casino, trying to get what you need done and get out, which is still, it's still a heist. It's just a different kind of feeling that doesn't really gel with us as much. That's yeah, and again, it's come down to maybe having particularly unlucky layouts of games where we were just kind of stuck on the ground floor for a really extended period of time because we couldn't find certain things. We couldn't find, an escalator or the owner's office, and the one spaces where they happen to be just happen to be where the bouncer is, and you can try and cause commotions and stuff, but events that we kept running over in the middle kept ruining all of that kind of thing. That is just like, I don't want to paint it as a bad thing, because it's just a particular kind of feeling that the game is going for this time around. I think that, yeah, ultimately I can imagine a different group is just going to be, laughing about all of that stuff and the story that it is telling. But from an actual sitting here and playing it perspective, I have to say that, yeah, it's not something that Rach wants to play again. And I think that I definitely enjoyed the kind of flow of the playthrough. It actually went quite smooth, to the point where it's one of those games where I'm thinking, oh no, I hope I haven't done anything terribly wrong. I appreciate all of the things that have been added in there, and the massive amount of variety that has been put in, with not needing a ton of extra components as well. But I don't think that it's one that we're gonna keep wanting to come back to, unfortunately. And I'll say that the idea behind all of the layout and the components and stuff is so fantastic, and I really, I really enjoy companies going for that. But I would have to say that I don't particularly like playing it in its, as much as I love the box turning into a table kind of thing. I found it harder to see. I found it quite hard to see the ground floor once there is the table above it, and found it much easier to just play like this, which you can do no problem. It comes with lovely playmats to do that as well, that the original didn't have. And I worry. I don't know if there's cause to it. It's just me being a bit paranoid that the box table is kind of resting on the little, it's not even cardboard hinges, is it? But the sticker that's on the cover. Maybe I'm just being a little bit paranoid about that as well. But yeah, I worry about all of that stuff. But the game trays and stuff, beautiful, lovely thick tiles, lovely wooden walls still, as with the original. And yeah, I don't know. Make of that what you will. Hopefully, the playthrough gave you a good idea of what the game would be like and whether you would be into it. Unfortunately, not one for us this time. But there's always next time, isn't there? And I'd look forward to Burgle Brothers 3, if that's on the way at all. They did about 30 Ocean's 11 films, didn't they? Maybe? No, they did 3, didn't they? And a new one. Anyway, let's not ramble anymore. I was ending the video at a certain point. Let's do that now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye, everyone.